Welcome back. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna call this a month update. It's been like 4.5 weeks, I guess, because it was the first week of March, like the second and third that we really started planting. Today is April 1st, so it's been a month pretty much, not on the calendar but in like days. It's been over 28 days, you guys. So yeah, we've had a couple setbacks. Obviously the paper tubes, which was in the other video. I'll link our like 1 week update below. So the paper tubes, then we had a mushroom outbreak. That was fun. I don't know if I made a whole video about that or not. So if not, I'll just throw that clip in here. I didn't even open this one yesterday to water. I was so defeated by it. And now today you can really see all these dang mushrooms because the humidity in there is a little bit lower because I didn't water it. And this one, let's see if we can find him again. He's like fallen over. Dunno. And then now the eggplant, which you probably can't see because of the glare there. There you can see one. The eggplant's got them now. This is ridiculous. I don't know. I did not anticipate anything like this, like one thing after the next with this. Everybody else just looks so cute with their seedlings, and we're growing seedlings. Like, that's the most frustrating part, is it's working, they're growing, we're having success. We're just also growing stuff we don't want to be. So, I don't know. I still need to try to figure out what the heck this is and how to fix it. Yesterday, I literally was so defeated by it. I made that little clip, turned on their lights, opened the window, made sure that they were pretty well set up for the day, watered anybody who didn't have a mushroom, and went on my way because I could not deal with it yesterday. So, I don't know. Also, winter squash, one of my seeds must have been a dud. But that's okay. I'm cool with that. All right, onward and upward, right? So yeah, that was fun. And then we've had our mint recently was covered in aphids. Again, clip here. I can't quite get this to focus, but I just noticed that this mint that I bought at the freaking grocery store is covered in bugs. No. So it's going outside because the last thing I need is it to get in the rest of these. No. Why? Yeah, so we've had lots of fun stuff here. The mint we just completely composted. I did not want that with our other stuff. I think other than that, things have actually been going pretty well. I'm in here today to go ahead and start repotting stuff so that it has more space to grow before we get it in the ground. And so I'm gonna go ahead and flip you guys around and show you some of what we've got going on. Like these guys. I don't even know why I thought I could start watermelon in these teeny tiny little shallow things. So hoping I can save them. This one doesn't look so hot. This one might be headed to compost, but at least these two should be salvageable. We don't do a ton of sugar anyway, so even if I just get 2 watermelon vines out of it, that's more than enough for us. So yeah. And then we had like a heat problem. Whoops. I took the lids off because everything was doing so well and didn't up the moisture. So we've had a little bit of loss from that. You can see, especially in the corners, which I'm not sure why that is. So, and then I'm hoping I can save these guys. I just came in today and noticed that they're like this. So again, we're having some humidity problems. We might be starting peppers for like the 40th time today. But overall, things have been going pretty dang well. We've got a lot of this stuff over here. Not the little red pots, but everything else over there we purchased. So I just got to go ahead and see what it needs. One of the things we're doing today is I'm repotting the celery. It needs a much bigger space. And then these guys, they haven't been going very long, but look at them grow. So that's exciting. And our little winter squash is doing really well. Slide on over here. This one took a lot longer to come up, and I honestly thought it wasn't going to, but I'm so excited for it. And then I bought, let's see if I can wiggle it out of here, purple basil. Look at this. I think, oh, and I just saw a gnat. Cool beans. Oh my gosh, look at all that stuff in there. Oh, that's disgusting. Okay, so maybe he's going to compost today. Let's see if we can get this dang thing to ever focus on it. There we go. On anything? Come on. There we go. It's disgusting. So I guess I'll take it out. I did find some purple basil seeds at Rural King when we were there. So maybe I'll just go ahead and start it that way. This sucks, but wow, that looks awful. I also got a new camera and apparently don't know how to use it. There we go. Let's see if I can get it to focus again for you guys. Wow, this is frustrating. But yeah, so we've got all kinds of random stuff there growing. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a little compost bucket going while I run through everybody this morning. But as you can see, these guys are doing so well. I absolutely am in love with these greenhouses. I'll make sure to link them below. And I also did a video review of them, so that will go there as well. We already harvested a little bit of our romaine for dinner the other day, and I probably pinched 2 or 3 leaves off of each one, and honestly, it shot up overnight after I did that. And it could just be that it's able to like put more nutrients into the other leaves. I don't know. But I felt bad at first taking the leaves off to use for dinner because I was like, oh, it's such a baby. Like, I should probably be more patient, but holy heck. So I don't feel bad at all now. Like, look how tall this is. I'm so excited. Our little eggplant is doing well. Everything seems to be doing fairly decent. So all things considered, I think we're going to have a pretty good yield, fingers crossed, out of all of this. It's been a fairly uneventful month. I've had a couple small setbacks, which of course, because it's our first year doing this, felt, you know, just catastrophic, but really they were nothing. So we've got our tea garden restarted back there. 2 of those have taken a dump. So I'm going to have to go through and see. I think it's actually these 2 right on the end here. I knocked one over and Ronnie knocked one over while we were moving stuff around. So, but yeah. And we got our 3rd light in. We did finally get a new timer. The other one wasn't working. We could just use it like as a switch to turn off and on the lights. And then the switch died. So we just went ahead. We spent, I think it was $10 at Lowe's to get a full new timer and then just put this power strip on the timer. You can maybe see it over there on the wall. It works really, really well. So we've got them from I think 6:30 a.m. to 9 p.m., which is a long light day, but it's only about 2 hours longer than the light outside. So should be fine. They seem to love it. But yeah, here everybody is. So I think that's it for this little chunk of it. And once I get everybody repotted and all that, I'll check back in and we'll finish up our 1 month update. And I'll go ahead, weather permitting, because it looks like it might rain actually. And I'll run outside and show you guys where we're gardening. We're hoping that this weekend we're going to go ahead and it should all be plowed and we'll be able to start. So there you have it. I have this little teeny bucket in our plant room that I use as our little baby compost bucket. It's an Easter decoration from years ago, and I found it while I was cleaning out boxes. We downsized our like holiday decor crazy. So it was kind of one of those things like I'm going to keep one box, everything else is going to go. But I figured this I could repurpose. So I use it in here. You can see there's some little dead leaves in there. Well, I'm getting ready to go ahead and go through a bunch of this stuff and repot it. And I know some of it just, it's not worth it. It's dead. Like these couple little guys here. So I was like, oh, I'll bring our big compost bucket in, which is this guy. See, we keep him in the kitchen. I grabbed it and don't mind the apple. It's
We gave the apples to Mr. Pig. This one's bad. I'm not going to feed him that. But I saw the sprig of rosemary in there. And I'm a little bit sad to see it in there. But it speaks so much to the ways that we've changed over the last 6 months. Because I harvested this the other day from our rosemary plant. And I had left it on just like a little piece of paper towel on the counter so it could dry a little bit so I could use it in tonight's dinner. And I guess Ronnie saw it. And instead of throwing it away, bless his heart, he was like, oh, this must be trash, and put it in compost. So here's a little close up on the watermelon. I still can't believe I thought that these were going to be a good way to start this. I think, like I said, I think I was just like so over all of it in the moment of having to throw so many away that I was like, whatever, just get them in there. So I'm very hopeful that those two big, strong ones are going to be fine. I am going to go ahead and repot these two as well and just see what happens. If they perk up, great. If not, we'll just dump them. This update at the end here is a little bit belated, but here's the tomatoes that we got replanted. Excuse me. We only did half, and let me see if I can grab these guys. Oh, I'm spilling water. It's fine. So they were in the 12 cell size, which these guys I obviously need to rotate because now they're twisting the other way to look at the light. And I need to get a fan going in here so that not everybody's leggy when they get to go outside. So let me get this one up here for a little comparison. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. So I'd say they're probably doing similarly well. These ones look dark because they've got a little bit of cinnamon on them because I just dusted everybody to help keep the fungus gnats at bay. But here's what we had going on. So I cut this apart so it was just 6, much easier to work with. And I had one of these that had a 6 cell where they were quite a bit larger, obviously, versus the 12. My goodness, let me ramble on here. So when I pulled them out of the little guys, the soil was really crumbly. It fell all apart. The roots were exposed. So I was a little bit worried when I put them in here. So I decided to go ahead and only do half just to make sure that they made it. And they all look perfectly fine. So I'm going to go ahead and see what I can do to get these guys upgraded as well. They're sitting in a little water because they were a little dry this morning. I prefer to water from the bottom. I mist from the top at night when I'm turning lights off, but I prefer to water from the bottom. And we did our watermelon. Everything's kind of a mess down here, but that's okay. So these two here were like the really strong, gonna stand up and fight ones. And the two back there, they're so close together. I didn't want to risk pulling them apart just yet. But they're doing really, really well. So I was kind of worried because they, like, if you remember, they were just like little limp noodles laying across the other ones. But since we got them in there, we got them nice and watered and healthy, and they're doing really well. So I'm super excited about them. The celery is taken off like nobody's business since I put them in these cups. So they were in a thing this size. There's no way they'd fit in that now. So I'm a little bit nervous to keep upgrading them because they honestly look like they are going to need it here again in a minute, which is terrifying. These guys, I think they could use an upgrade. So I'm going to try today. That's one of my things, if I can find enough soil to get them into these cups. And that would free up that 6 cell one for the rest of the tomatoes. And hopefully I won't have to repot them again, but I probably will. So I don't know. And then the only other ones that we did, let me slide on over here, were in these guys. And some of them were a little rough. now they're moldy, which is just like a forever thing in here. I don't know. All of the strawberries look like they're dying, which is no fun. I was super excited for strawberries. The basil's going strong. Strawberries not so much. So I don't know. I don't even know what I can like offer them at this point, other than, you know, just keeping up the care and seeing if they pull through. I'm trying to think. That was the first, today's the 5th, so it's only been 4 days. It could still be a little bit of shock. Like, these ones seem like they're okay. I don't know, where they were really kind of mixed together there in that paper, just seems like it's being hard on them. The lettuce is doing really well though. Look at that tall boy shooting up over there. And then make sure we don't pinch anybody. These ones, that one, he's self-pinching. So I'm not going to open that one right now, but everybody in there seems to be doing really good. This is the one little marigold you can see there. So anyway, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to get the rest of those repotted today. Probably won't update again on here. Just for sake of time. I don't want to keep you guys around forever, but everybody is growing wildly. Also, as I kind of mentioned, today is the 5th. It's April 5th. So it did take me a little while to get the 2 halves of this put together here. But today I had a revelation. You guys, I was scrolling Facebook and one of the homesteading groups I'm in was discussing planting in Virginia. We live in Virginia. And they were really worried about how strong the winds are with their seedlings. And everybody said, don't plant until Mother's Day. Do you see this? I have 6 weeks until Mother's Day. I planted all of our seedlings with the anticipation that we would be able to put them out the week of like April 19th, 20th, which is in 2 weeks. I was going to start hardening my plants next week, and now I have to wait another 6 weeks. These guys will almost be, they'll be like 10.5 weeks old by the time I get to put them in the ground. So that's gonna bring some new challenges. We are going to run out of space. We're gonna have to get creative here. So, and probably buy some more lights because we're gonna run out of space. Did not see that one coming. I researched so hard and all the books and everything. I'll say for Zone 6B, April 19th to 20th. Some of them say as early as the 17th, but I was like, nah, I'll wait till the 20th. You know, I'll give it that extra 3 days. Now I got to give it an extra 3 weeks? Yikes. Do you see how big some of these are? I don't know, guys. So that's going to be our next hurdle, is spacing and keeping these guys alive for that period. So I'm going to have to home some of them to the kitchen. They're not going to be allowed in here anymore. I think the rosemary is going to end up back out in the kitchen. The aloe, the snake plant, the herb garden stuff, once it has like fully germinated, it's going back in the kitchen windows because I need that space back. All of that right now is probably occupying like 4.5, 5 square feet. So I'm going to need that back. And I'm going to have to start thinning stuff some more. This is going to be fun. I thought we were going to be done with inside videos in, you know, a couple weeks. Now we've got another month. Am I going to do enough stuff in here in another month to keep you guys occupied? I don't know. All right. Well, stay subscribed if you want to see what we do for the next month to make room for all of this stuff in our house. I was also starting to fret because we had not plowed the garden land this past weekend. We had a lot of stuff going on. So I do feel a bit of relief now to know that we have a couple more weeks than I thought we had. So in that way, I'm thankful. In the aspect of getting back this space in our house, it's not looking promising. So I will see you guys next time. Thank you for stopping by, and hopefully everything goes well.